Good morning. Welcome to a new session of video class. In this class, I will discuss about the properties of biomass. This is one of the important topic in the biomass renewable energy, which is the last unit in the renewable energy paper of sixth semester in the final BSc of undergraduate course. Right. The topic is properties of biomass. Already in the previous class, we discussed about what is the biomass, what is its significance, what are its general properties, and what are the various sources through which biomass can be extracted or biomass can be available. And in that class, we explained that or we discussed that biomass is a huge renewable energy source, really large amount of renewable energy source that is available continuously as long as the existence of human on this planet is there, because biomass is nothing but the mass or the the things that are available from human wastage, plants, animals, birds, and so many main constituents of the nature. That's why biomass is available in different forms. In different forms, and it is a huge amount of energy. It is the huge amount of energy resource. It is a renewable resource. Even though whether we can use this one for the generation of useful energy or not, but it will continuously available. It will continuously come into existence. Okay, come into existence because of various constituents of this nature and the constituents of this the environment of the earth, and also the things that will comes out as a waste and byproducts from human, from animals, from trees, okay, etc. and etc. And at the same time, biomass energy is one of the future energy resource. It means that as it is available abundantly, as there is a very good chances and amicable technologies that can be developed in order to harness the useful energy from the biomass. Okay, it is known as the future energy source. It is known as the future energy source. Right. Such a very important resources that are available around us in our environment. In our environment. Right. Okay. Now the topic properties of biomass. Just now I said that biomass is available in variety of forms, variety of forms, a large number of forms. And what are the properties? What are the characteristics of the biomass? Okay, which makes them as a good source, as a good resource in order to extract, okay, as much as amount of useful energy from that, okay, is known as the properties of biomass. It means that certain characteristics or certain properties, certain definite properties or definite characteristics of biomass will decide its performance, its ability to give energy, or its ability to make or extract useful energy from that one. Okay, useful energy from that one. Such properties are known as the properties of biomass. Now we want to discuss here. There are several properties that affect the performance of a biomass fuel. It means that okay, how biomass can be converted into a fuel material. Okay, will be decided depends upon the properties of biomass. Okay, they are, what are those properties? Heat value, or heat content. This is the hidden amount of energy that is there in the biomass. First property is heat value or heat content. It is known as the hidden amount of heat energy that is there in order to extract from the biomass. Or it is also known as the calorific value. It is also known as the calorific value. Right, we will discuss later on. Next one, moisture level. Moisture level means the content of water. Okay, the content of water will decide the performance of the biofuel. Very important. Chemical composition, very interesting, very important. Chemical composition is the main property. Okay, that will decide the performance of biofuel and the moisture level and also the heat content. Okay, it means that again chemical composition will give the moisture level and also the heat content. The fourth one is size and density of the biomass. This is also very important. Again, this is also a co-property to the chemical composition, that is the size and the density. That's why, what are the four important properties that will decide the performance of biomass as a good fuel? Four properties: heat value, moisture content, chemical composition, and size and density of the biomass. Okay, size and density of the biomass. Right. Let us see one by one. That is the heat value. Just now I said that heat value is nothing but the hidden heat energy in the biomass or in the biomass content, hidden heat energy, or it is also known as the calorific value, and it is nothing but the amount of heat available in the biomass, or for your convenience, it is the amount of heat that comes out when 1 unit of biomass is burned. It means that if 1 kg of biomass is burned, how many kilocalories of heat energy will generate will decide the heat value. The heat value. That's why heat value is nothing but the heat that is generated due to the combustion of 1 kilograms of biofuel or biomass. Right. Next one. This is the most important characteristic of the fuel, because this will give the actual inside hidden energy, because it indicates the total amount of energy that is available in the fuel. Okay, heat content will be the total energy that is available in the fuel or in the biomass resource. It is a function of fuel chemical composition. It is a function of fuel chemical composition means this property will again depends upon the chemical composition. It means that the chemical composition of the biomass will decide the heat value. Okay, right. Next one, moisture content. Moisture content represents the useful heat content in the biomass fuel. Moisture content means the content of the water content. Therefore, it represents the useful heat content in the biomass fuel. Suppose a biomass fuel possesses a large amount of heat inside it, but if the moisture is also more, then we can't extract the total heat amount that is available in this one. Because once it is burned, then what will happen? Once it is burned, its energy, most of its energy will be utilized to evaporate the moisture. Therefore, the useful output energy will decrease. Thus, moisture represents the useful heat content. Okay, moisture will decide the useful heat content. If the moisture percentage is very less, heat content is very high. If the moisture content is more, the heat content, even though heat content is more, the output heat content is less. Okay. A low moisture level in the fuel is usually preferable. It means that a low moisture level fuel or biomass is good biomass resource because it burns readily. It means that when once it is burned, it burns okay, rapidly and provides more useful energy per unit mass. Okay, if what is this one? Moisture content is less, then such biomass will burn rapidly and it will use more heat energy from unit mass. If the biomass fuel possesses high moisture, then much of the energy will wet the biofuel. It means that when biomass resource contains more moisture, then what will happen while it is burned? Most of its energy will make to wet the biomass. Okay, wet the biomass means evaporate the moisture content. Therefore, the output to energy is less. Extremely dry fuels are also not preferable. This is also very important. Extremely dry fuels are also, dry fuels or biomass are not also preferable because okay, the biomass damages the equipment and generates explosion hazards. It means that if a biomass is totally dry or extremely dry, it means that if there is no heat content, then then there is no moisture content. In that case, when once it is burned, then what will happen? There may be a possibility of generation of explosion hazards. Okay, and also one more thing, it burns rapidly. It means that it won't give consistent amount of energy. Therefore, it is very clear that the moisture content should be have a certain limit. Okay, low moisture level, very low moisture level fuels are also not good, and high moisture levels fuels are also not good. Mediate moisture levels are okay, considerably having high what is one fuel ability. The practical maximum moisture level for combustion fuel is about 60%. Okay, practically in order to perform the combustion of biomass, okay, the allowable moisture percentage is 60%. But this is very high. Such biofuel or biomass doesn't give more useful energy, it will give very less useful energy. Biomasses with moisture content of 10 to 30 are most efficient. They will give very high heat energy consistently for large time. That is very important. Therefore, okay, moisture content should not be too less or it should not be too more. Okay, it should have a practically good limit, that is from 10% to 60%. Sorry, 30%. Right. Composition. Composition of various biomass is a significant property to decide its fueling ability. Composition means chemical structure. The inner structure, the chemical structure of each and every molecule will decide this. It is a significant property and it will decide the fueling ability. Fueling ability means its ability to give more output power or not. Okay. There are the three most significant compositional properties. There are three properties which will decide the composition or chemical structure. That is the ash content. Okay. Second one is susceptibility to slogging and fouling and percent volatile. Okay. These are the three properties that will decide the chemical composition which will make the biomass as a good biomass or a medium biomass or not useful biomass. One is the ash content. What is ash content? Uncombustible part of the biomass is known as the ash content. Therefore, if more is the ash content, the ability is less. Susceptibility towards slagging and fouling. It means that when once the biomass is heated, okay, if the ash will become liquid, okay, that will use the slugging and falling. It means that a kind of liquids and a kind of what this one, what will comes out, okay, which will, these two are the hurdles for the burning of the biomass. That's why this is also, okay, not a useful one. Percentile volatiles means, so, okay, how what is the percentage of the biomass content, okay, that can volatile or that can burn rapidly and consistently. Okay, that is the third one. Therefore, ash content, sagging and falling, susceptibility, and percent volatile are the three important properties that will decide the composition of biomass, and this composition depends upon these three properties. So, okay, the chemical composition of biomass is either favorable to give more output energy or less output energy. Right. Ash content is the mass fraction of incombustible material. Just now I said that it is the mass fraction of incombustible material. It means that it is the part of the mass that is not combustible or incombustible. Ash content reduces the combustion efficiency. Ash content will reduces the burning ability. Slugging and falling are problems that occur when the ash begin to melt. Okay, when ash begin to melt, two things will arise. That is the slugging and falling. It causes deposits inside the combustion equipment. These two, slugging and falling, will produces deposits, okay, in the combustion equipment. Then the combustion equipment is not efficient and the burning is also not efficient. Okay, that's why sagging and falling can be minimized. It can be minimized by keeping the combustion temperature low enough to prevent the ash from the housing. It means that how to prevent the slagging and falling. To prevent the slagging and falling, okay, we have to reduce the combustion temperature. Combustion temperature, that is the burning temperature, which is lower than the generation of the ash, lower than generation of the ash. Right. The percent volatiles in the fuel is the fraction of fuel that will readily turn into the gas when heated to the high temperature. It means that percentage volatile will use the how much percentage of the fraction of the biomass can readily or can quickly turns into gas when it is heated at high temperatures. Fuels with high voltages will tend to, okay, vaporize before combustion. That is also one of the problem. Fuels, the biomasses with high voltages, okay, can evaporate before combustion. Just when once the combustion is started, then what will happen? It rapidly burns. Okay, then also it won't give the consistent and constant amount of output heat energy. That's why high volatiles are also not preferable. This property affects the performance of the combustion chamber. This is also affect the performance of the combustion chamber. Therefore, low volatile biomass materials and okay, biomass materials that will give us less ash, and biomass materials, okay, that can be burned at low temperatures, okay, okay, can be said to be good composition or good chemical composition, can be said to be have good composition, chemical composition, and such biomass materials can be, okay, can be very useful, and their ability is very high in order to give more output of heat energy or any useful energy. Right. Next one, fuel size and density. This is also very important. Fuel size and density. Again, it will depends upon the chemical composition. The size and density of biomass fuel particles affect the fuel energy from it. Okay. Okay. The extraction of fuel energy from biomass will be decided. Will be what this one. Will be controlled by the size of the fuel and the density of the fuel. They affect the burning characteristics. Size and density will affect the burning characteristics. Okay, affecting the rate of heating and drying during the combustion process. Okay, during the combustion process, okay, the fuel size and the density will affect the rate of heating during the and drying during the combustion process. Okay, fuel size also decides the type of device, equipment, that is used. It means that the fuel size also decides what kind of equipment or what kind of vessel is needed in order to perform the combustion or the burning of the fuel. Okay, the wrong size fuel will have an impact on the efficiency of the combustion process and may cause jamming and damage. It means that if a fuel of a high size is used in a vessel of a low volume, then what will happen? Jamming will take place. No efficient combustion will come out. Therefore, that is totally use a hopeless and very less output combustion energy. Smaller size fuel is more preferred in commercial systems. Small size fuels are more preferred in the commercial systems, and it is used to control the burning rate also. Small size, by means of the small size fuel, so we can able to control the burning rate, right? Therefore, as a whole, fuel size and density will be conveniently there, or it will have the convenient values in order to perform good rate of combustion or good rate of burning, to extract more heat energy or useful energy from the biomass that is that we are using in a particular purpose. Okay, that's why its size and its density is also very important. Okay, that's why these are all the properties of biomass. Okay, and this material is the student material, which is useful for the purpose of the students, and also okay, for the further convenience of the students, okay, I will discuss some more properties, some more things, okay, as a conclusion. Characteristics of biomass, so just now we discussed, okay, that is the ability of biomass in order to convert it into a useful energy or useful source of energy, okay, are generally classified into physical properties, chemical properties, and thermal properties. Physical properties means the density, okay, size, and moisture content. Chemical properties means its calorific value and its composition. Thermal properties means elemental analysis and chemical properties. Thermal properties means the heat energy, the readiness of combustion, or the readiness of what is this one, burning, and volatility content of the what is volatility percentage of the material will come under the category of what is this one, the thermal properties. Okay, just now we said that moisture content, particle size, density, high value of heat. Okay, these are all what is this one, very useful things. Okay, as far as the properties of biomass, in order to make use into to convert to useful output to energy, okay, or okay, their ability to give the more output to energy from them. Okay, right. This is about the properties of biomass. See you in the next class.